Speaking of rounding, we now have this round to the nearest 10 or 100 challenge. Now, anytime Khan Academy says that it is a challenge problem, I usually recommend being patient and assigning it only as optional work, because it's usually something that is very advanced for the grade level. So we'll see what's going on here. Drag the cards to create a 2-digit number that matches these rules. So now I see why it's a challenge, because we're changing the rules up, and there isn't necessarily going to be one correct answer. There might be many. So we need 2 to be one of the digits, and we need 10 to be the nearest 10 when rounding. So like 12. 2 is one of the digits, 10 is the nearest digit. Or 10 is the nearest when rounding to 10. The largest whole number that will drop down to 80 if we're rounding to the nearest 10. What is the biggest number that we will round down to 80 as opposed to rounding up to 90? And the answer is 84. Because once we go up to 85, that convention kicks in and we round up to 90. Same deal, the smallest whole number that will round up or down to 90 would be 85, right? 84 rounds down to 80, 85 rounds up to 90, and it's the first number that does. And finally, we want to make a number that is a 3-digit number that is close to 900. So I'll put 900 in there. We'll make 3 the tens digit, and we'll make 7 the ones digit. Does that count? It does indeed round to 900 if we're counting by hundreds. So that's that. No problem. So rounding is one of those things that a lot of students sort of have a hard time with, because it's a method of estimation. Yeah? It's a method of making it similar to a nice number. A lot of the time in math, you get ugly numbers, and it can be useful to relate them to nice numbers to get a general idea of where you're going. You won't get perfectly precise answers when you round, but you will get more communicable answers. And that's sort of a balance that you have to keep. Mathematical precision versus usefulness in communication. If you round out to 12 decimal points, nobody's going to pay attention to that except for fellow mathematicians. All right, so we want 675, which is immediately in between 650 and 700. So that would be C. To the nearest 100 is 700. The largest whole number that will round up or down to 10 would be 14, because 15 rounds up to 20. All of the numbers that round to 470, if we are rounding to the, which number line highlights all whole numbers that round to 470 if we are rounding to the nearest 10? So that goes from 465 to 474. Yeah, so it's A. The smallest whole number that will round up to 20 is 15. A is really close to 670. Which also makes it really close to 700. And that is quiz 1.